Hello, my name is Henry Tamendong. I am currently a freshman at Western Washington University, well, virtually at Western Washington University, and I just first wanted to say how excited I am to be in this communications class. Wish it was in person, but can't change anything about that. And I'm really excited to learn more about exposition and argumentation. So, a quick little story that I think kind of illustrates something about me is over the summer I had this job in Alaska working at a lodge, and it was really remote because it was on the Denali Highway, and it was awesome. I loved it. And one long weekend, my boss had given me the long weekend off, so I decided to do this little trip. A guest had left a fat tire bike up there, and they weren't coming back for it, so I decided to make use of it. And I decided to plan a bikepacking trip to the Clearwater Mountain Range, which is the closest mountain range to us, or to the lodge. And after I'd finished planning my trip, I got all my gear, got my bike fixed up, got it ready to go, and I got out there and I started riding up the hill, or riding up the mountain to get to the top of the ridge, which was my first campsite, or where I was going to camp. And as I was hiking up the hill, there's no trails. I'm just following caribou trails, which are kind of rough, but, they'll get the job done. I realized that I did not know anything about bike packing. I knew a lot about bikes, and I knew a lot about I knew a lot about backpacking, but bike packing together was a completely different thing because I was just biking with an actual pack on my back, and most people who do bike packing have little compartments or a rack on their bike to hold all their stuff, but everything I had was just on my back, so it was just kind of weighing me down when I was going up the hill. But when I finally got up there, I was like, wow, that really sucked, but this view was amazing. So it was a good first day. It sucked, but it was fun. And so I camped out. And then the next day, it was time for me to descend through this valley and then finally end on this, in this saddle, which is where I was going to use a satellite phone to call my boss so he could come pick me up, because riding back was a bit of a problem. But as I was descending, I hit two rocks, two very small but very sharp rocks, and I hear pss, pss, and I was like, crap, that was my tires. I don't have a pump. This is going to suck. And so my tires went out. I had to break down the bike, put it on my pack, and start hiking out of there. And it was about a 15-mile hike to get to the road that I need to get picked up on. And as I was hiking, I was like, this really sucks. It's hot. It's like the hottest summer in Alaska ever. I'm like tired, but I kept going, and eventually I got to the road and I tried calling them on the satellite phone, and then there were, a little background, there's a lot of forest fires going on in the area, or in Alaska, and the smoke was kind of blocking the signal for the satellite phone, so I couldn't get them on the line. And so I was just sitting there waiting to get picked up in this spot with the bike broken down, and I was just really kind of like, this sucks. But then I realized, like, yeah, this sucks, but I would totally do it again. Like, this is something that I would, without a hesitation, do again, but probably I'd do it with a little more planning. And I just think that just kind of shows how I like to kind of jump headfirst into things, but, even if I have a bad time, I'm a huge fan of secondhand fun, so even if an experience wasn't the best, but if I can look back on it and realize, oh yeah, that actually was fun, that's kind of how I see secondhand fun, and I think that just kind of describes a little bit about me. So, yeah, there we go.